Ghosts of Tabor and Exfilzone present probably the biggest challenges for gunstock design. You have to constantly take your backpack off and put it back on. You have to stack loot as efficiently as possible by twisting your hands in really awkward ways. You got to manage your health and armor. You have to add and remove attachments. You have to loot on the fly. You name it. There's so many different scenarios where a gunstock could possibly deter you from performing as best as possible. We were especially concerned with making sure the stock doesn't stop you from being able to make split-second decisions and costing you an entire raid. The SBS is our solution to all those problems. So the SBS is a modified version of our Asset GunStock. SBS stands for split body stock. So you can essentially just split the stock body in half using magnets. So we're gonna go over the details of the designs of this gun stock, how it could help you, how it differs from traditional gun stocks, and hopefully help you make a more informed decision on your next gun stock purchase. And if you already have the gun stock, like the Asset, for example, and you're thinking about getting the mod, the SBS mod, this is gonna have plenty of information for you to help you make that decision either for or against it. So if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps us understand whether you want to see more content like this and get more in-depth on the gun stocks you're looking to purchase. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Start with the adjustability of the stock. It's about 18 inches long. You have 3 inches of adjustability from the trigger hand to the butt stock, and then 4 inches of adjustability from the trigger hand to the offhand. All this is done in 1 inch increments by just pressing a simple button that you can do on the fly while blind, no issues. The cups that hold your controller in place, we call stat grips. Basically, we tried to make the profile of these as small as we possibly could because, like, for example, the Quest 2 and 3 controllers are already very ergonomic. I feel like they feel really good in your hands. Basically, we didn't want to add any unnecessary bulk to the controller shape. The most important aspect of this stock is the magnet system, and this is what dramatically changes the way you interact in-game. When it's split apart, the offhand portion of the stock sits inside your forearm, and the trigger hand portion sits under your forearm. You can literally do anything you would need to do as if you had no stock in your hands. Unrestricted, full motion, with nothing protruding past your hands. So for example, if you need to use an NRS or a bandage, you're not gonna hit yourself as long as you're not super clumsy. Even then, if you're a little clumsy, you might bump yourself once and then learn, okay, I just have to have a little extra inch of clearance when I use a bandage. When you need to ADS, you're pretty much at the ready at all times. And it's because the stock is always in your hands. So when you need to aim, you simply put your hands up, twist your wrists, and you're locked in. Ready to go back to looting? Pull your hands away from each other with just slight amount of force and it snaps right apart. What keeps the alignment solid is there's a notch at the top and bottom of both the magnet side and the metal plate side. The funnel guides the front half of the stock into the stock body, and then the notches make sure that it'll lock in place vertically. It is the perfect balance, and we are extremely happy with how strong the magnet is to hold the stock together. It can support its own weight, but then when you need to split it apart, it does not take a lot of force. You don't have to be working out and have to be ripped to be able to constantly do that. Keep in mind, this stock is not perfect. There are a few instances where this stock could be a little bit frustrating, like using an AW end or any bolt actions, for example. Racking the gun doesn't feel as natural because you normally would be pulling your trigger hand backwards, which means you have to use a lot of force to separate the stock away from you instead of horizontally like you normally would. But remember, the stock's modular. So you can, for example, take out the static cup on your trigger hand and switch it for a slip grip. You still have the SBS functionality of keeping the stock in your hands and splitting it apart, but your trigger hand can be slipped in and out of the stock entirely. You can mod this stock any way you want. And if you want to see a video of us covering different mod combinations, we can show you that as well. That's another big aspect of this stock that we want to make sure people understand. I specifically don't just grind one game like Ghosts of Tabor or Contractors. I like Veil a lot, and the SBS can sometimes get annoying because you have to split the stock apart so many times because you're constantly reloading, throwing grenades, using utilities, all that stuff. So I personally like to use the shorty mod with a static cup on the trigger hand and a slip grip on the offhand. I don't want to use a sling, and using the shorty mod makes it to where you don't have so much coming off the stock, so that protrusion doesn't get in the way. It's still very lightweight for those quick flicks. I don't use the SBS mod because it adds a little bit of extra weight. So you can kind of see how, as you develop your playstyle and different games you like to enjoy, you definitely want a stock that's going to be able to work for all those scenarios. So before I go off on a tangent about how I like to play specific games, we're just going to show you highlights of various creators that either have an affiliate code with us or we just personally like to watch and also use our stocks, specifically the SBS. And you can see for yourself how it functions, and if any of these creators really entice you to get a stock or you know them and you want to show them some support, we're going to have their code in the bio as well as on screen, so use their creator code. Really hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you want to see more like this, let us know in the comments, and as always, keep shooting.
They're going down the bottom. I see him right now.
Just came out.
Jumped out.
Have you got a shot?
How many?
Should I?
No, they're coming my way. This is oh, you hit him for blood. Good shot.
I was just randomly
there
shooting.
There should be two.
I just hit him again.
Yeah, I will hit him.
I don't know if
Are
I
they
just
both
I don't
in
know
the
if I
tank?
just
Just
shot him
one.
through that wall, but it looked like he dropped.
He's dead.
Go check.
Oh, dude, I slapped him. Let's go.
What do you have? He just had like scav stuff.
I hit an Evo. Hey, loot's loot.
Evo on damn is crazy.
Loot's loot. I'll take it.
He's now back by the
Blue
stairs. Blue tarp is a drop down to the short roof.
Oh, okay. He's by the stairs. Are you
He
up
just
there with him?
No, I'm in the staircase creeping. Oh, bro! How do you fail that?
Did you get him?
Someone walked up on me with a pistol, and when he had a PPSH, he could have melted me.
Oh.
And he had a
I just
purple.
shot the tarps. And he hit a purple. That's crazy.
You trying to kill me with a pistol? What the f? They're at the two straight ahead. They're at the furthest back
Here.
one.
Take that as a spare. Just so you have enough bullets. I got 250 rounds. I should be all right.
It's about to drop.
First,
Dropped him before the cannon hit the ground.
that was kind of cool, dude. I saw that. He's in the spot. Got them both.